Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 1 of the making of this character here, Proto, for my Neon Challenge on Unity. I'm just gonna play for you guys what I have so far. It's just a layout of the background. The character is finished, and that's what this series is going to be, just the making of that. Everything else is placeholder, and so let's just run that real fast. So, all sad, angry, and so what's going to be is sort of like a juxtaposition of a modern day sort of train station, crossroads of fate, if you will, and then what's going to happen is they're going to let out like a burst of power, just sort of, the point of the challenge is to have humanity go beyond itself, and there's these little creatures in the background that they're going to sort of be more of them crawling towards them. You're going to blow them all away. The entire thing is going to bend up and lights will go off everywhere. It's going to be great. But the point of it all is this character here. And I really wanted to make sure that they had sort of an emotional presence and an interesting design that kind of fit with the idea of neon. So that's that. Oh, it's so sad. It's way too sad. Okay, so what I've done is, we might as well start. Yeah, so what's going on here is I've done sort of front-on drawing of Proto, and I'm just sort of making different shapes using the insert sphere tool to make their body sort of match what they're supposed to be. And I'm just kind of eyeballing the side of it. That's just more of a knowledge of just what I wanted to look like. I'm still not sure if it's a girl or a boy, honestly. That's okay. It doesn't have to be either. Can do whatever it wants. Yeah, so you can see me sort of shaping the neck area, the traps, the sternocleidomastoids, the head, and what I'm doing here to grab each individual shape is I'm pressing the W key and then holding Control Shift as I click on the part that I want. And it's kind of a confusing sort of claw grip, but I'm sure there's documentation for it somewhere. I think that I saw it. Let me find out where I've even found that in the first place. This guy, Shane Olson, Stylized Character Sculpting Broadcast #1. That is where I originally saw that technique. And so he's a lot better at it than I am, this technique here. He does the figurines for Disney Infinite, I think, so that's pretty legit. And he also has another interesting anecdote, which I think is really necessary here, is that a model has to go through the valley of suck before it ends up looking good. And this looks, I understand, this looks terrible right now, okay? So what I'm doing here, I'm laying the eyes, because you gotta be able to like shape the face around the eyes, or it'll look, or it just won't work. It just won't work because the eyes have to be able to open and close over a sphere, and they have to be able to do that. Because if you look at a face, it's not just like flat plane. You kind of like curve in like a U shape, and just up and down U. And so you got to make sure that the eyes will fit in that U, and they won't be like just teeny tiny little forward-facing dots when you put them in there, which is what they look like now. But bear with me. I still have to Dynamesh this. So I'm just blocking the hair. Originally I had planned to do hair cards, but I ended up liking how this looked a lot better almost, just because, I don't know, it's kind of a design for a game character, and not usually you're not going to see them from far away, I imagined at the time, but I don't know. I think I ended up looking better than just using hair cards. More solid, more almost anime stylized type look. Yeah, so I'm just using the curved tubes and the insert sphere tool again here. Use the transpose tools and move things around. Yeah, and well, I don't think I ever ended up Dynameshing the hair, I think. So I have it on a separate sub-tool, and it's just doing its thing. I have the body, the eyes, and the hair all on separate sub-tools because I do intend to do a cloth simulation on the hair at some point, just for this neon challenge piece when they're up close. And you can see right now that the hair is going through the jacket, which just makes me unhappy. I might simulate it in Blender because it's really high poly. I don't think that I can get that in Unity right now. Yeah, so it's hair, kind of layers, and I had an idea for this character for a long time that I wanted to make him. And like the idea of like some sort of lone figure, big puffy jacket, kind of city kid type idea. And this is just like the perfect excuse to make him. It's kind of nice. The idea is that like he's some sort of future magic user, gets caught up in something maybe bigger than he is, and just has to deal with the life of danger. I don't know, maybe. I'm just spitballing ideas here. That's my favorite part about making new characters, is you can just make them whoever you want to be. And they change all the time. So if you're not happy with someone, just change them. Don't do that to real people though. They don't like it. Yeah, so I'm doing the hands here. And he's got these big meaty hands. And you can see there that I've just Dynameshed it. So what Dynamesh does is it will join the different spheres together, and then you can like smooth over it and then move that around instead of acting on like separate pieces. And I'm duplicating the fingers. And an interesting thing for hands is, well, when I first started doing 3D art, I would like make them in like a flat plane like this. That's not how hands work, as it turns out. Your thumb is usually sticking out like this when you're grabbing something or you're just walking. Your thumb's usually at 90 degrees to the rest of your hand. So I just put it there. Just makes meaty insides of hands. Yep, I'll be back to hair. New eyes now. Am I finally going to Dynamesh the face? Oh no, I'm doing my sneaky eye technique. So what I did is I created another sphere on top of the eyes, and I made a separate sub-tool for it, and I'm just moving those to make eyelids, which I think works out really well actually. Otherwise you just have like these weird concavities that you have to like pull everything out of. And so now I'm just going to do those legs, some of these, some of the calves. You can see here that I'm deviating a little bit from the drawing, which, I don't know, I'm okay with it. If you're starting out, maybe don't. But like, I don't know, I know how legs work. I've used it before, so some feet, some ankles. It's good. I think at some point I had run this model past my friend, and they pointed out that their arms were just really short. Oh, what is that? Yeah, their arms were a bit too short for their body, and I think maybe I was thrown off by like the size of their hands. And so, yeah, at some point you're going to notice the arms will grow. Yeah, I was trying to make some abdominal muscles there, but they just look weird. That Shane Olsen guy I mentioned earlier, he also had this whole bit about knowing when to stop with the anatomy of a stylized figure. There we go, there. I just Dynameshed the body. So now, did I undynamesh it? Maybe. Start it again. And so now you can see when it's smoothed out, it does look a bit better. Pull out those cheeks, because it's a young person. And young people have big cheeks. I'm just using the, I think, polish tool? The H polish for those lips. Bring out the bottom eyelid. I got the forehead. And all my characters end up with cone heads. I'm not sure why they have that weird ridge there. I'm sure there's something to it, but cover it with hair anyway, so it's all good. Alright. It's starting to look like a person, which is nice. Let's see how it's doing. Yeah. We're partway through the sculpting of a person, which is exciting. I've hidden the hair here so that we can get a better look at everything. A nice booty. At some point I think that off camera I might have adjusted the face a little bit. Sometimes if I don't have enough time to like do a full video, I'll just make small adjustments. I work as a surfacer at a place called Tangent Animation here in Winnipeg. And I also work as a dental hygienist, so I don't have a whole lot of time to devote to contests like these, but I really enjoy them as like a challenge and an excuse almost to get some time in. This character in total took, I think, somewhere in the realm of 30 to 40 hours to complete, and that includes rigging and surfacing and obviously the modeling, and not counting animation though. That's completely different in my heart. So I guess it could be included, but yeah. So doing some hair, and I really wanted them to have this funky anime style hair, because so in the contest you have to be able to go around from all angles, right? And so I wanted them to have a very interesting design from all sort of perspectives. Now we're just going to town with the tiny hairs here for a little while, I think. So it's all good. Yeah, that was a big pain in the butt to UV unwrap the hair, honestly, because they have all these little jut out spaces everywhere. Next time if I use this technique for hair again, I'm definitely going to be more careful. Like you can see, like at the sort of the base of the lock there's like two pieces going in different directions, and that was really annoying to UV unwrap. I've got like, I'm just going to pull it up, a picture of the UV unwrapped, or just the UV sheet for the hair. It's just terrifying. Let's find it while that's going. I'll just take a screenshot of this. No, I do not want to save Blender. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so I'm probably going to be making, there's enough of these videos for several sessions. This is going to be about a 20-minute video. And each time I'll go through a different section of making the character. And one second, let me just concentrate on this for 1 second. UV burp. I'll call UV image. I'm still a little bit new to OBS, so bear with me. There we go. Right there at the corner. That is UV wrap sheet for the hair. That took about an hour just to do that. That doesn't count for topologizing or anything. That was a big time sink. But that's okay. Yes, I would like to remove UV dirt from my memory forever. But I don't know. I'm one of those weirdos who enjoys retopologizing, just because it's like, I don't know, I work hard all day. It's nice just to like do something mindless for a while. You don't gotta talk to people as you retopologize or unwrap things. You see that you're doing some weird mental puzzle and they don't want to disturb you, which is nice. Okay, I think I'm about done the hair here in the video, which is nice. A couple more, 3 strands. I love, maybe I'm just not using it right, but I love like the noodliness of the curved tube tool. It's just like, if you like pull one end, it pulls the whole thing, but if like you push it back, it just goes in the middle. And so I mostly just pull it all the way up, and then grab the other end and pull it all the way down. And usually it'll just like completely detach and start again, as you can see. So that's that. Yeah. Now that one strand there was a culprit. That was the first one I tried to do with like the 2 different sort of strands together, and I just gave up by the back of the head. It was just one big piece. One big piece. Yeah. I think it looks good though. I really do. Let's pull up some more pictures. Show and tell. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Ooh, here is a 3D side-by-side of... Oh. Wait, it's too big. No, stop. Stop. Go away. Go there. Okay. I don't know why I hair. Where'd the hair go? I took a picture of the hair. I have this one mugshot of them from Blender, just sassy as can be. This is, I don't know what's happening in Blender, but like it just completely screwed up the textures the way I was exploring them out of Painter. And it was just, everything was shiny. I don't know what was going on. It was scary. I think, oh no, yeah, we're almost done the hair. I think in reality this hair, we're done the hair. Nice. Took like, yeah, probably 2-3 hours to sculpt, and then another 2-3 hours plus another hour for UV unwrapping. It was probably the much harder way that I could have done it out of any other way. So here we go. Alright, so here I am doing my silly way to make a boot. I'm sure there are a million better ways to make a boot. This is me in Blender trying my best to push-pull things around. And my plan was and is to just bring this into ZBrush. I had some troubles with extruding and did the same mistake twice. There we go. Okay, I figured it out. Yeah, I'll bring like an ugly thing in the correct shape into ZBrush, and then I'll just take it from there. I don't know. I know there are tools like the curve trim tool and everything like that, but I don't know. I'm not very good at them. So I just do what I do. Blender is my native program, so I'm just like, I'll figure it out from there. My ugly boot, my ugly square boot. Jeez. I'm gonna be cut dead wearing those. There we go. There we go. Yeah, because in the concept art, well, yeah, I can bring up the concept art so you can get a good look at it. Concept art. In the concept, Proto has these big, like, funky boots, like these space boots almost. I kind of just like doodled them out. Okay, get over here. I've never tried adding images in the middle of a recording before. It's exciting. Yeah. And here I'm just like adding tubes to get these like black things. It's over here for now. Yeah. So it's got like these big space boots, kind of like just very loose, very, very punky. And then, yeah, this is the concept I liked the most out of my doodles, so I went with that. And it's fine. What was the other one? There's like an up close of the face that I liked as well. Oh, sideways. No. Well, just have to peek in. There you go. You've seen it. Yeah, just like very melancholy, very, I don't know, future punk, but not cyberpunk. Magic punk? Is magic punk a thing? Can it be a thing? I'd like that. With some big wizard's boots. Some big boots. Yeah, so what I'm basically just doing here is just using the standard brush, damn standard brush, pinch tool, move tool, all the basics. Mask out the center, pull it down, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. And like this is all stuff I learned from like using ZBrush over the past year or so. Just little tips and tricks. And honestly, I found the best way to learn is just to watch, kind of like this, but by professionals. So, yeah, I hope this is helpful to you guys a little bit. Just as like, one noob to another, learning how to do 3D art. And see, even like this bit here with the boot, I decided I didn't want to do that. It just didn't look good. I could get better results with the damn standard tool. Some nice shapes. And then I think at some point I duplicate it, and then I turn off symmetry, hide the other one, and then, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, just mask one side, move the other side. And I think it's important for a character to have a bit of asymmetry. It just makes it more interesting, you know? And here comes the socks. why not? I love it. And I ended up going to town with his socks. They're just like these knit monstrosities. I feel like they'd be really worn. But yeah. Also they're mismatched in the end. One's yellow and one's orange, which I think is nice. More asymmetry. And some, cool gloves, because if you're going magic punk, you might as well go magic punk. And just do gloves. And I'm having flashbacks to when I was making this guy. I think it was like 1 in the morning as I was doing these gloves, and I was just like, and I would text for a while, and you can see, like, yeah, here we go. This is when I just, like, I lost the will to live. And I'm like, okay, I want to finish this night. I'm so close. I could do this. And yeah, this went on longer than I thought it had. I went on Tumblr or something, I don't know. Well, I thought I looked over this footage. Apparently I was also snoozing as I did that. It's not the end of the footage, is it? Oh. Well, I'm stupid. That's okay. Anyways, that was part 1 of the making of Proto. So we went from this sketch here all the way to this finished guy. There we go. Right, there he is. Yeah, so obviously not 100% finished. We've done the hair to my liking, I believe. I think I went in and did some small adjustments after that. The body is anatomically passable for a sculptor such as I. It's going to be stylized anyways, and it's going to be covered by a jacket too. The boots and the socks, I think, stay pretty much unchanged, as well as the gloves. And so when I get back next time, I hope to post the next video next week, or maybe sooner since the contest is ending in a couple of days. I still haven't put up my submission at all, but I'll get to it. Yeah, I hope to post part 2 soon, which will be the making of the jacket in Marvelous Designing. So stay tuned for that. Okay, bye.